This is my review of a couple of folding karambits I got at bladecity.com. One is the red lobster with a black blade. They have spring action response, which is really nice. The blades do come already really sharp. How sharp? Oh, here's a piece of paper. Don't even try. Okay. However, they're quite a bit bigger than I was used to, especially for an EDC that you're going to put on your belt loop or your pocket, or even inside your pocket, depending on what kind of pants you have. Usually I'm used to using one of these Gerbers, like this one, which actually its blade is even longer, or this other one I use a lot for work, because I think I paid like 10 bucks at Cabela's or Bass Pro for this one when it was on sale. Also, these are about a 1/2 inch thick. You can see here, about a 1/2 inch. And these are a 1/4 inch. So these are quite bulky, plus maybe a little foreboding or scary to look, you know, if you have that thing on your hip on the outside versus something like this, you know, much smaller. Or this one especially, much more, you know, doesn't even look like a knife hardly by comparison. Like, what the heck is this thing? So anyway, I thought for some reason Blade City actually made these knives, but they're just a reseller, and many people, there's many other sites I found on the internet also with much better prices than Blade City that carry the exact same knives, because these are made in China, as I said. For the money, I think this one at Blade City was about 18, this one was 17, or maybe a little less with a discount code. But I've seen them even cheaper than that on other sites every day, you know, not a sale price or anything like that. Whereas Blade City's tactics is everything in there is like normally like $50, but on sale for 18, so it makes you think you're getting a deal. Also, this one on the fit and finish, on the red one, there's some issues here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. But that was like a manufacturing thing, I think. It looks like it's going to flake or chip off. Maybe you can see it there. And then the fit and finish isn't the greatest, of course, but you know, you're not buying a knife that's like $100 that might look like this, but it's much better. You know, these are under 20. You see, you can even slide a business card in there because it's that, you know, not cheap. So, if you lose it, it's not that big of a loss, not like a nice knife. But again, the blades are very sharp. So the pros, I would say, is it's inexpensive, sharp blade, nice spring action. Really cool looking, I think. This one's a little more subdued. I was going to give this one as a gift, but online they show all of these as a straight edge blade, not this combo, you know, part serrated, part straight. On a knife like this, that's okay, but on a curved karambit, especially, you know, you think like you might be fighting like that. I don't like this. Maybe some people do, but I think this is a horrible idea. Plus, it was kind of false advertising, because on the website it showed a straight blade on their site. When I emailed them, they said, oh, well, this is just the batch they had now, so they weren't going to be able to swap it out. I asked what the return policy was, you know, how do you return it or exchange it? They never got back with me, so I really can't say anything good about Blade City. Their customer service sucks, and their prices are definitely not the best. You can definitely get these things cheaper, but you might even find them at a local swap meet, because obviously everybody's just a reseller online buying them probably by the thousands. So the cons, well, the cons in the case of Blade City is these knives can be found cheaper somewhere else. They're Chinese. Maybe I'm prejudiced, but I think the Chinese don't necessarily make the best steel, or they don't have the best steel even in the cars. They're a bit bulky for everyday carry, unless you want to go around intimidating people with all this stuff hanging off your belt. And the quality control, you know, maybe it's because of the price point, but the quality control definitely isn't up to my standards. But again, like, I paid $10. You know, this was on sale at Bass Pro for this Gerber, and this does not have any kind of quality control issues like this one does with the finish or, you know, the looseness of the handle. I didn't really look at this one that close after realizing it wasn't the one I wanted or thought I was buying. But this handle doesn't look like it has quite the same issue as far as the blemishing on the handle or the looseness here. Well, actually that one does too. So there you go. To give you an idea of the weight, here is one Gerber, weighs in about 72 grams. Skeleton Gerber is about 98. And the red lobster is 144.